Hello, guys. This is Sapphire Yakami with Once Upon a Time, the 17th episode of the third season, titled The Jolly Roger Mates. In this episode, the opening sequence starts off with David's pickup truck is showing driving in the forest. In the character's past, we have in the enchanted forest, a knight stands in the road blocking two other knights from passing. All of a sudden, flaming arrows land all around the two knights and they ride off into the night. It turns out that the knight who orchestrated the ambush was none other than Captain Killian Hook. With help from Smee and two of his crew members as they celebrate their latest treasure heist. As they arrive to a tavern to celebrate their latest steal, Hook's men get him a bar girl, but outside he turns her down. Which she feels so disappointed. I kind of feel bad for the bar girl, because probably all week all she had was probably like dudes that was not really cute, and she finally gets a cute pirate. I mean, Hook and Hook, Jesus, who wouldn't want to be with Hook? Oh, yes. And she finally gets a cute guy and he turns it down because he's in love with Emma, so he couldn't do it. I was like, oh, he turned down a witch for Emma. Come on, tell me that's not love. Tell me that is not love. He turned down a witch. A wench for Emma. Anyway. He then gets knocked out by the Little Mermaid, who then orders Hook to his feet and he pretty much tells her she's got the wrong pirate. Ariel tells Hook that Eric was taken aboard the Jolly Roger, and when Hook asks her who's the captain of the ship now, Ariel shows Hook a knife with carved initials, which Hook recognizes as those belonging to Blackbeard, the most feared pirate of the Seven Seas. Hook laments that he hasn't been the same since he got back to the Enchanted Forest because he hasn't used his ship. However, Hook is left with no choice but to have Ariel come along with him and Smee. As they trek across the forest, Hook tells Ariel that she may not find Eric, but she tells him that she's heard stories of Hook helping Snow White reunite with her family in Neverland. And she says there's nothing wrong with being good, but Hook says reluctantly he's a pirate and that he'll always be one. Ah, the life of a pirate. As they reach the docks next to the Jolly Roger, Hook sees one of Blackbeard's men and knocks him out. When all of a sudden his adversary Blackbeard shows up to give him a message. If Hook wants his ship, he'll have to fight for it. Hook accepts and a sword fight battle commences. But just as Hook is about to kill Blackbeard, Ariel tells Hook that he needs to know where Eric is first, because he's not on board. It turns out that Blackbeard has left Eric stranded on a deserted island, and offers Hook a deal in which he'll tell him where Eric is, if Hook gives up the Jolly Roger, or else Eric will die. I mean, I understand he's on a desert island, but couldn't he find a way to get like water out of a tree or something? I mean, it's an island, so I'm pretty sure there's trees or something. I mean, plus he could catch fish. I mean, unless he's gonna wait for Captain Jack Sparrow to come and rescue him, rum and all, I'm just saying. As Hook cuts Blackbeard loose and tosses him overboard, Ariel slaps Hook and tells him he's selfish and heartless. Yeah, I said that right. As Ariel tries to talk Hook to save Eric and give him a Jolly Roger, he tells her that love brings pain and that he's doing her a favor. Yeah, as Hook cuts Blackbeard loose and tosses him overboard, Ariel slaps Hook and tells him that he's selfish and heartless and that's what will bring him in this torment. Then she jumps off the plank and into the water to find Eric. In Storybrooke, in David and Mary Margaret's love, Emma helps David put a crib together along with Regina and Mary Margaret. Zelena has become the main subject of conversation as Regina has put a protection spell over the loft. Emma tells Regina she wants her to teach her magic so they can defeat Zelena. David then offers to watch Henry, but Emma says Henry doesn't think they're fun as he thinks Hook is better to be around because apparently Mary Margaret and David have been talking about baby stuff around Henry. I'm like, come on. I mean, I know y'all are new with the whole kid thing, but really, you can't talk to a little kid about baby stuff. Come on. Come on. Technically, he's not a little kid anymore. He's about to hit those teen years soon. Woo, those gonna be difficult. As Emma walks up with Henry, Hook flirts with Emma and tells her he thinks it's good that she's gonna be learning about magic, which she says will be enough to defeat Zelena. That she's done. But Hook tells her she can't pretend this never happened, says she can't go back to her old life saying it didn't work for him. At the same time, Mary Margaret and David Walk on the beach and notice a group gathered around a woman who just washed up on shore, which they discover is Ariel. When Mary, Margaret, and David ask Ariel what happened to her, she tells them that Eric's missing and she's been looking for him, adding that she has no memories of the missing year. David suggests that Hook might know what happened to Eric. Later on at Granny's diner, Hook teaches Henry how to roll dice. When David comes in and introduces Ariel to him, but when she asks Hook if he saw Eric during the missing year, he lies to her, saying that he never heard of him. And as the others, David, Mary, Mark, and Ariel, talk about finding him in Storybrooke, Hook refuses to help, believing that Eric is dead. But David wants Hook to help Ariel anyway, while he and Mary Margaret watch over Henry. At Regina's vault, Regina warns Emma not to touch anything as they talk about Hook watching Henry and Hook flirting pretty much all the time with Emma, because Emma's like trying to like, but Regina's like, please, we can see the way he falls over you, we see the way he looks at you. Okay, you can't deny it. Pretty much, you can't deny it. Regina then uses her magic to send Emma to a rope bridge across a deep chasm, where Regina tells Emma that they're going to push her instinct, because apparently that's the only time her magic needs to come out, and when she has to save herself. So as the boards begin flying off the bridge, Regina says Emma has to reach into her gut and she can either stop it or die. Emma falls off the bridge when she suddenly levitates herself back up to the top of the gorge. Meanwhile, Mary, Margaret, and David talk about how to be more fun and cool around Henry. And David later proceeds to teach Henry how to drive his truck, as Henry almost causes an accident as he almost hits his car and hits a mailbox. Teaching how to drive. Don't you love it? Ariel and Hook pay a visit to go shop and talk to Belle, where Hook finds his spyglass and notices a clasp that belongs to Eric. The clasp has not Medusa, has Ursula on it. So, yeah. After a hopeful Ariel hugs Hook, Belle then pours a magical liquid infused with a locator spell onto Eric's cloak, which will help bring them closer to Eric. At the docks, the two use Eric's cloak as it floats through the air to the water, only to disappear under the surface, which disappoints Ariel, who starts to cry as she mourns her loss. Hook tells her he's sorry. Ariel thanks Hook for helping find Eric's cloak, saying that she wishes she knew how it ended, and that Hook has a true heart, adding that she will always be grateful to him. But as Hook runs up to Ariel, he reveals to her that they met in a missing year, and he explains what happened to Eric, saying that he was too ashamed to tell her before. He apologizes. Ariel calls Hook a coward and a monster because he traded a man's life for his ship. Then, when Hook begs for redemption, Ariel makes Hook swear that he still believes in love and that he still loves the woman who broke his heart. Unfortunately, after admitting to his confession by swearing on Emma Swan's name, Ariel blows a green powder onto Hook's lip and then transforms into Zelena, who had used her disguise as Ariel because she knew that Hook's guilt from the day he chose the Jolly Roger over Eric's would continue to haunt him. Zelena also cursed his kiss, meaning the next time he kisses Emma, her magic would disappear, leaving her powerless to stop Zelena. So obviously, Zelena is scared of Emma because apparently Emma is very powerful to defeat her, so that's why she has to get Hook to kiss her in order to get her powerless, because obviously she can't fight her, magic on magic. Coward. Since Hook realizes Zelena is unable to kill Emma, Zelena warns him that unless he kisses Emma to have her magic removed, she will continue to threaten Emma's family and friends by using Rumpelstiltskin's dagger to kill them. Later that evening, Hook visits the loft where he lies and tells Emma and Regina that Ariel had left to find Eric using a magic mirror spell. Emma watches the real Ariel and Eric embrace on the beach, happy and safe. As David, Mary, Margaret, and Henry return to the loft, Henry tells the others that he had a lot of fun with the couple. As Hook leaves, Emma tells him that even if he won't tell her what happened in the past year, she's tired of living in the past. And as he sees the family having dinner at Granny's later on, Hook is troubled that he couldn't tell Emma the truth because he is torn over Zelena's threat to hurt Emma's loved ones if he doesn't, and the knowledge of what would happen if he kissed her. I was like, oh, that wicked witch. Now I'm never going to see another freaking kiss. Crap. I really wanted to see another kiss. But if he kisses her, then she loses all. Then she loses the magic that she has. So this sucks. So overall, this episode is pretty good. We got to see. That's why he looked familiar. Okay. Overall, the episode was good. We got a little bit more to see what happened with Hook in the past year. We also got to see Ariel. And hopefully we get to see Ariel some more. Because, I haven't seen her that much. I mean, obviously you got to put in character, you got to make them part of the storyline. But hopefully we'll get to see Eric and Ariel again. Unless she makes him a merman. Then that would be freaking cool. Anyway, we got to see, got to see Blackbird, even though he's on there for a short amount of time. Short amount of time. Got to see Hook. And Zelina, don't you love a wicked witch? And next week's, this Sunday's episode is going to be called, I believe, Bleeding Heart. And obviously we're going to be trying to summon the ghost of Korra. Which I have a feeling is not going to be it's not going to be a good thing. Because the way I seen the commercial, it looked like a freaking horror movie. So, I know it's going to be a really good episode. And so, also in that episode, we're probably going to see more of what happened when Korra had the child, and see if we can know who the kid is, because the flashback showed, Rose McGowan as, younger Korra. So we probably will get to see who the heck her daddy is, and why we know why she abandoned Zelina. But, anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys this Sunday.